Hello all. In this week, we will cover what is time series analysis and how we can do forecasting if there is a time series data. So, what is time series data is if a value is changing with respect to time. So, earlier what we did is we only saw cross sectional data, that's called cross sectional, where time is not included in as a feature or something, and the data doesn't change with time mostly. That kind of data we consider cross section, but here time changes, and along with time the values can change, right? So for example, temperature in any country, the temperature changes with months and days and all, right? For example, prices of several things, stocks, gold, several prices changes, right? Even commodities like let's say potato, some basic water, and anything can change, right? So all the things have some relation with time, and with time how we can do some kind of forecasting if that is a time series data, how time can affect a data. That all kind of analysis we are going to do now. So before we do that, we will first see what kind of pandas functions we have for time series data, so that we if we needed them for any further analysis we can use them. So in this lecture we will see what is date time index, and later on we'll see what is time resampling, shifting, how to do moving average, rolling, was the function we use, and what is expanding, rolling and expanding, and and we'll see little bit amount of plotting everywhere, like we'll wherever required we'll do the plotting. Mostly line charts are the one we'll prefer. So yeah, so for this, what we'll do, we'll import two libraries, one is pandas and another is datetime. So let's say we have datetime, and what you have to do, you give datetime and you can give some values to it, let's say 2025. Then month you can give, let's say 7th. Then you can give any day, 28, something like that. Then it will give you a leading zero, okay, something like this, right? So you can give something like this dates, and it will give you a time. It is a date time feature, right? So without it, it is like a string. So for example, if I just say 2025, 7 and 28, this is just a string, and for this, if I wanted to extract the date from this, it will be a little difficult. Something like date time is there, which will say that this is a date time data and how you can do it, right? So for example, if you have something like this, dates, and you wanted to analyze, or you wanted to make them first date time, so that you can figure out what is the year of this and what is month of this and so on, right? So what we'll do is we'll use in pandas, there is something called to date time function, which will use that, and we'll give whatever dates we have, right? So the dates will give, and we can mention what format you want. So by default, the by default format is year, then month, and then day, right? So this is the by default format, and so if you don't give anything, this is what it expects. So if there is a mistake in it, or you get error, that means you have to give a format for your data. Okay, so let's say I make them as a date time, and I save it in A. So this is just a you can see this is just a list, but what we are getting is it's a date time index, and then there is a date time data type of it, right? So here the data type is just a string, but here it's a date time data type. Now if I have that, then I can extract few things out of it. Let's say I wanted to extract month, then I can write a dot month, I will get it. A dot day, then I get the days out of it. So you can see the days and all coming, and then a dot year also I can do, right? So for example, if I give a different set of values, let's say something like 07, and let's say 26. Similarly here it's 27, and let's say similarly here it's a 28. Okay, so let's say these are my dates, and I run this, and if I run this again, you can see the there is some mismatch in this, so it's an error, right? So if for that kind of uh, thing, we have to change the format also. So if I write, I have written month first, then I have written dates, then it will work, right? So same thing, now it is there, and again you can do a dot month, a dot day, and a dot year, right? So you can extract this kind of thing. Now here we didn't included hours, second, minutes, and so on, but if you would have, then it will appear here, right? So for example, let's say this how if your date is, then it will extract all of it, right? So the format is something like this, and you can take it. So it's just a different function from date time, like this date time we use, but don't worry, generally we'll not use, most of the time in our this journey of time series, will most likely not use date time. It is just to show you that this date time does exist in pandas also, that's why I have shown it to you, and we'll use that only, right? So we'll mostly use this to date time function, and we'll go with that, right? So for example, let's say now I have some data, I'm importing it from the link, and it looks like this, right? So this housing price data, and earlier when we did any kind of feature engineering, or we converted EDA, we excluded date into the picture, that with date price could increase or decrease, something like that, we never considered that. But like, it's not necessary that you always consider date for the analysis. It's just that if you see that the data is changing with time, then you have to consider, right? So most likely the housing prices does change uh, with time, like a lot back the prices would be very less, and then now prices would be very high, right? So how much does it so it's up to um, the person who is doing this project, that do should we consider time or not. Okay, so it's subjective, but what we'll see is we'll see that if it is important, then how we can do some kind of EDA of that, right? So that's what the idea is. Now let's say if I show you the data frame info, then you can see the date is shown as object. Now this is a problem. If it is an object, then I can't extract date, month, year, or any other date related information here, time related information here. I can't extract that. So what I have to do is I have to say p dot to date time. Now I'll give that column itself here, and I'll store it in df date, right? So it's like you write this, and you want to change it to what, pd dot to date time, and then you again give the same thing. Okay, so that's how you'll do it. And if you run this, then what you will get is, you will get you can do multiple uh, statistics analysis also, like you can apply a little bit of statistics. Let's say you wanted to find which is the maximum. Maximum means which is the closest date to us, right? So this will be in like a, so if there is a date in 2024, that will come later, right? So let's say this is a maximum value, and this is a minimum value shown here. So minimum, you can see it's a 2nd of January 2009, and this is 30th of September 2022, right? So this is the maximum value, and this is the minimum value. This is how the time will be like. So now you can, now let's say you wanted to again extract date and day and month, year, something like that. How you can do? So you have to, so now my data is date type, right? So df, I have made that. So if I show you df dot info, you can see this is now date time, right? So this is how my data type should look like. If it is not there, then you have to make it like we made it here, from object to this. If so, once this is a date time, what I can do is I can say that from df date, take any particular, so take all the dates from that, right? So dt is just, you have to write for that, and then I can run day, right? So if I can do like this, date and then dot day, right? So it will not take, let's say, so series object has no attribute date, so you have to make it as a dt, and then this is like a indexes access or something like that, and then on that top of that you can use any of this, right? So earlier we saw month, date, and all the things. You can do same thing here. You'll get that kind of information from this month, year, day, hours, whatever data is there, right? um, yeah, so let's say if I wanted to extract the month, day, month, or year from that, I can use this thing, right? Like this. So let's say my I'm just creating a new data frame which is like this. So df.head, which has just information of date only, right? So there is only one thing, and as of now it is a date time. So if it is a date time, I can extract day, month, year from that, and I can store it in that, right? So you can see now I can able to store it. Now how will it be useful? We'll see that later, but we can do that here. Okay. Now yes, so there is another library called by finance. Okay, you can import that, and what it does is it will help you in getting any stock data. So whatever is there in the by finance, you can see there are several stocks in that. This is a Yahoo Finance, and several stocks detail and all. So from this they have made a API so that you can call it and you'll get that data for it, right? So let's say if I wanted to get data for Reliance. Reliance is a company in India, right? So you wanted to get that, so you have to give a ticker symbol. So this is called ticker symbol, and you have to say yf.download this ticker symbol, and what date you want and what kind of interval you want to use, right? So interval you can use several more options are there. Let's say for example valid intervals, right? So interval you can give 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30, 1 day, 5 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, something like that, right? So this kind of interval you can choose and you can get the data. So this is just data I'm extracting from. So in this, if you have this kind of data, you can do easy analysis of any stock market thing. Though we will not be doing any such thing, but it does exist there. If we require somewhere to import the data instantly, we'll use this, and will not search for any CSV file, right? So that's why I have introduced here. And you can see, let's say if you wanted to do a plot of close price, right? So close is this price, all of them have a close price. So how will I do that? I will write stock data. I have stored in stock data here, and I'll get the close column and then I'll plot it. Okay, so you can see it is being plotted like this. Now yeah, so the reason is it's giving you two thing, Tika and Reliance analysis, because you can see the indexes are not uh, so indexes are 2D, right? So you have to maybe change it to 1D or something like that. That's why it's a multi-index data. Okay, so yeah, that's all is there for this thing. We will see what is next. We'll see what is time resampling and how it is useful. Thank you.